Chewe, waboya chewe, neko bekai, umenye kai, umem. Chewe, wale achewe, wanyomwe achewe, waboya chewe. Chewe, wale achewe, wanyomwe achewe, waboya chewe. Neko bekai, umenye kai, umembe wa mana kai, nanche kai. Namanu wona we, wona we, wona we, namanu wona we, wona we, namanu wona we, wona we, muncha muncha, 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 muncha muncha. Hey, bueno mumenye, sembe kamumbe, imumbe kasembe. Hey, bueno mumenye, sembe kamumbe, imumbe kasembe. Hey, bueno mumenye, sembe kamumbe, imumbe kasembe. Manso we, mebe mana we, anumbe unfena we, umbe mana we, anumbe tusakana we, mebe mana we, we afanu ye, unfe we, manso we, mebe mana we, anumbe unfena we, umbe mana we, anumbe tusakana we, mebe mana we, we afanu ye, unfe we, neko bekai, umenye kai, umembe wa mana kai, nanche kai. Namanu wona we, wona we, namanu wona we, wona we, namanu wona we, wona we, namanu wona we, wona we. Muncha muncha, muncha muncha, muncha muncha, muncha muncha, muncha muncha, muncha muncha, muncha muncha. Muncha muncha, muncha muncha, muncha muncha, muncha muncha, muncha muncha. Hey, bueno mumenye, sembe kamumbe, imumbe kasembe. Hey, bueno mumenye, sembe kamumbe, imumbe kasembe. Hey, bueno mumenye, sembe kamumbe, imumbe kasembe. Nanchewe, wale achewe, wanyomwe achewe, waboy achewe. Nanchewe, wale achewe, wanyomwe achewe, waboy achewe. It feels so good to be back home.
Do you know that maintaining clean and sufficient amount of oil is the perfect solution to preventing too much friction and overheating of your car engine? Remember that dye particles are deadly to your engines. So too is the use of the wrong kind of oil. Stop using recycled oil products on the market. Sonoco Premium Super Fleet Engine Oil is now in Liberia. The Premium SAE 50, Premium 15W40 for both gasoline and diesel engines. Once there is an engine, Sonoco has the lubricant. You can now change your engine oil after every 3 to 4 months. Since 1886, Sonoco Oil Company is supplying oil to over 85 different countries around the world. With Sonoco products, there is no more damage to your engines. Market.
Folks, we got a bell hustle. The internet is very bad this morning. We're trying our best.
Come and worship with us at Global Impact Ministries International, where the nations gather to worship. In search of a church where there is integrity, accountability, excellence, opportunities with pastoral care, and the fear of God? Well, then come and worship with us. Global Impact Ministries International is located at 801 McDade Boulevard, Collingdale, Pennsylvania. Global Impact Ministries International is a place of worship and spiritual growth for you. Come and join us on Sunday for our divine worship service at 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Also, on Tuesdays, there's Bible study at 7 p.m. And Thursday, there's a Power Night service at 7 p.m. For more info, call 612-702-2418 or 215-594-9103. Also, you can email us at globalimpact777usa@gmail.com. Come and be blessed.
Chair, I've been waiting too long for the car business under the hustle.
Wow, you get wow. You hear about the app in Liberia called Minida right here?
Minida, where Minida got to do anything?
Minida is a ride sharing app in Liberia that making transportation so easy. You can download the Minida app on your phone and be able to request bike, taxi, keke, big bus, small bus all around Liberia. And the good thing about it, every time you open Minida app, Minida will always provide you your pickup address. All you have to enter is your destination address. Destination address simply means where you're going.
So I need internet service?
Yeah, you get it. Of course, you need internet service. You have to be able to use your internet service and download Google Maps first. Secondly, you have to go into your phone settings and turn on your location. And then you download Minida app and begin to request ride all across Liberia. We're all fighting for a car and we're all standing long time on the road.
So how do I connect to drivers?
You get
Folks, bear with also the internet. That's what's happening. It's messing up in Liberia this morning, as usual. So my team is struggling with so that we'll keep going off and coming back on. We don't want to just not do the show this morning, but it's a hassle. It's a real hassle. We have two service providers, and yet we struggle. Two different service providers, yet we struggle because the internet is just bad in Liberia. That's what it is. We apologize, but you have to bear with us. It's beyond our control. It is beyond our control. That's what it is in Liberia. That's why nothing really thrives in the country. How could you build a sound business in a country where internet does not work well? How could you? They're back with us. They're struggling. It's not their fault. It's what we have. What is it, George? George? Hey, my man, George. What George was saying? George, are you frozen? George looks like he's frozen. That's what it looks like. Trying to clean up my phone. I've got all these unwanted messages. Unwanted pictures and stuff here. It's terrible this morning. Oh, God. It's very difficult this morning. The last few days, actually, not just this morning. The last few days, it's been tough. But we want to serve you. There's too much important stuff that's going on that we think we have to keep you informed about. So, as much as we're having internet trouble back home in Liberia, we believe it will not be.
Take a spin and let's make a deal.
Sika Motors on Road UN Drive at Town, Bushra Island.
Mm. Can you guys hear me? It's going to be very bad this morning, folks. The internet is going to be very bad. There will be a significant.
Yeah, of course, I'm
delay.
getting you. How are you doing?
Good. What's the delay like this morning? Wagai, let's try having a conversation. Wagai? There's serious
Yeah,
trouble.
there's a huge delay yet. I'm getting you, Costa. I don't know if you're getting me. There's a little delay again this morning, so we.
Okay. Wagai, open up the show.
Okay, so we're trying to work up things here. There's a little delay between Costa and I, and all right, folks. Let me say good morning to you wherever you are. Welcome to yet another edition of the Costa Morning Show. Today is the 5th day of the 10th month, 2022.
Yes.
We just want to welcome you wherever you are.
Can you hear me,
Europe,
Wagai?
Asia,
Wagai?
Americas, Africa, and like I said, wherever. Today is going to be a fascinating discussion. We're just hoping that we can have a show through the internet.
Okay. Guys, listen. Can you hear me? I told you we're going to be having trouble with our folks in Liberia today. The internet is very, very bad, extremely bad. Two different service providers, yes, but still, it is very bad. Let me call George and find out. Oh, I mean, I know my end is all right because I'm in the United States where the internet is one of the best in the world. But Liberia, it's just sad. Nothing works there. I'm trying to call George to find out something. Just stay put. We're going to do this show. We're not going to give up. Good morning to all of you. Welcome. We want to be here. We want to be here to serve you. So just bear with us. There's too much important stuff going on. We can't leave you in the dark. We'll give you the unvanished version of it. That's what we do. I need some information from George. See, I'm trying to reconnect with them. Hold on, folks. I say, my man, when is the guy coming to see about that stuff? That's what I'm calling you about. Give me update. Check on him and find out. Yeah. Hold on, folks. George.
that we are now going to the referral channel to get it internet. The referral channel is why, because I'm using similar internet in my house, and I'm not facing any of the problem here. At the end of the month, you pay the $90. Even if you have a problem, the people will come and settle in. Once you have a I keep telling the men to tell you, and they keep saying that, oh, the one the Kevin say he told you, all the other. I told them ever since to tell you.
Good morning, folks. I'm very sorry about that. I had to have a conversation with my people. Wakai, can you hear me? There you go again. We lost them. All right, folks. This is very disconcerting. Very, very disconcerting because it makes me lose my train of thoughts, and it interrupts my deliberation, and it is not something that I like very much. Wagai, can you hear me?
Yeah, of course, you get it. I'm getting you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, folks, welcome and good morning, good afternoon. We apologize. The internet is very difficult this morning, as it has been for the last several days. So yesterday, the Minister of Commerce, Mawani Dix, finally issued a statement. And we have the statement here. We're not going to be wasting our time to read the entire statement to you, but we are going to basically sum it up and tell you what it says, essentially. They're saying that the reason they begin with the issue of the $2, that the rice importers had asked the government to consider allowing them to add $2 on the price of rice so that they would be able to make a profit and thereby justify their continued or continuous importation of rice, to supply the market. And the government acknowledges and states very clearly in that statement that they refused to grant the request of the rice importers to allow them to add $2 to the price of rice. Of course, which is what essentially causes problem that we now find ourselves in. Now, the government goes further to state in that press statement that as a result of that, they're trying to not make it look like this was the problem, but they tacitly admitted that it is the problem, because by referencing that, that is the illusion they are inadvertently making, that it is indeed the reason why we are where we are. Now, they say that there's enough rice in the country, which is a bloody lie. If there was enough rice in the country, we would not be seeing the type of situation we're seeing in the country, which is gut-wrenching and heartbreaking. People queuing up in long lines, some people having to sleep out there in the open, in the cold, placing themselves in harm's way just to be able to be first in line to buy a few bags of rice at exorbitantly high prices. So there is not enough rice in the country, contrary to what your government would have you believe. And to me, it is sheer wickedness that they will try to lie, tell such a bold-faced lie to us about this situation. We all know it is not the truth. They do not have rice in the country. They go further in a statement put out yesterday by Mawani Dix, Minister of Commerce, that a vessel loaded with rice bound for Liberia is expected in country by the middle of October. Today being the 5th of October, so somewhere around 10 days from now. They said this, by the middle of October to early November. Now listen to that. They're not even definitively sure. They don't know the ETA, the estimated time of arrival. They really don't know. Well, estimated time of arrival does not mean you know it for a fact or you have the exact precise date of arrival. But an estimated time of arrival cannot be, middle of October to early November is scary. It's freaking scary. Because if we are going through this crisis now, trying to find rice to eat, for the millions of people in the country who eat rice, do you think we can survive until the middle of October to early November? Do you think we can? I do not believe we can. I do not believe we have enough rice in the country to last us until the time they expect or hope that a vessel would arrive in order to bring much, much needed relief to temporarily at least remediate this crisis that we're facing. I do not believe that. I hope, but I do not believe. And why do I say that? Why do I say that? I say this because the government is not on top of the situation. The government is operating based on information provided to it by the individuals or the rice importers who are making efforts to bring in a shipment of rice. They do not know that for a fact. They're hoping that that might be the case, that a vessel would arrive in time to save the day. So because I don't trust the government, and the government has given all of us enough reasons to not trust it, their intentions are not honorable. Their sheer incompetence is vivid, it cannot be refuted or argued about. So I do not trust the government that rice is going to come, to the country to save the day. Right here, folks. Terrible pain right here. Muscle pain. But it will be okay. Keep going, right? It's going to help. So, folks, that is the problem that we face. They say mid-October to early November. That's a pretty long time. A country of approximately 5 million people, with about 3 million or 4 million eating rice. Now, babies and all are eating rice. We eat rice in the morning, we eat rice in the afternoon, we eat rice. I'm trying to cut back on my own rice eating. There are some days I go without rice, right? But, I'm not in Liberia, so it does not apply to me. But the problem is there is a major, major problem. And the government is not on top of the problem. It is their silly policy that caused this problem in the first place. Their attempt, poorly calculated, politically inspired attempt to control the price of rice through a botched subsidy program that has backfired. The government does not have the resources through the budget to fund a subsidy program. We do not have it, and we should not attempt to do it. Yes, George. Okay. Make sure that guy comes and fixes that thing. Keep me posted. Okay. Unfortunately, folks, my folks will not be able to join us this morning. The internet is terribly bad. Now, but I shall continue alone on this platform. YouTube and Facebook. That's all we can do this morning. Forget it, my tuner. All the people who listen to the other apps, forget those apps. Those apps, our entire studio is in Monrovia. all my tune in and the website and everything is in Monrovia, not here. So when the internet is bad in Monrovia, you're not going to hear radio, you're not going to hear any of those things. You will hear only me on Facebook and on YouTube. So please watch me here. Please do that. Thank you. Now, so they cannot fix the problem. They have no control over the problem. If these people had simply allowed the importers to add $2 to the price of rice, we would not be facing this problem. But they decided to be political rather than being pragmatic. No, let me tell you something. Governance is different from politicking. A sound government will make decisions that are based on reason, on facts, on prevailing circumstances of the day, not based on politics. They made a political decision that if and when or if we allow the rice importers to add $2 to the price of rice, it might cost us re-election. That is not what would cost you re-election. Your wickedness, your sheer patent incompetence and stupidity, those are the things that have cost you re-election. It is as simple as that. Now, can anybody tell me whether or not we are on the radio, folks? I don't know that. I don't think that because of the internet problem in Liberia. But just if you're listening on radio, just hit me up and let me know. So that is why we will not, you will not be reelected. It is not because of the $2 on the price of rice. The people may not be very sophisticated, but the people understand that prices do go up. They may not understand the semantics and the nuances of things like inflation and global inflation and how they affect rice prices and scarcity of rice in the world market. They don't understand all of those things. But one thing they do know for a fact is that the rice that we eat is not produced in Liberia, and as such, it is prone to price increases from time to time, as is every other commodity on the market. And so for you to think that you would lose an election, thank you, they say we are on the radio, that you would lose an election because of the price, because of a $2 increase in the price of rice. You are grossly mistaken. What about gasoline? Yes, gasoline price did go up. We all saw it by $1 or $2, and then it made a very, very small decrease in price, downward adjustment. We saw it. And you sit there and you create a crisis entirely based on your own selfish political interest. And you have plunged us into this crisis. Now we cannot find rice to eat. You caused this. This calamity was man-made. Rice was what? $14 prior to this crisis. Had they allowed the importers to add $2 to rice, it would be $16. It would be affordable. It would be available. I made this point to you. Some of you are like, oh no, $2 too much. You were wrong. Today, what are you buying it for? If you can find it, you are buying it for $30, for $40 USD per bag. People are complaining, oh, now it's 5,000. Some people say it's 5,600 Liberian dollars. If you can find it, you should have allowed the price of rice. Tomrin Kennedy, thank you very much. You're on the radio. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And thanks to you and your team at D15 for all the great work you do. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. You should have allowed the price of rice to go up by $2 to make it available and affordable. You caused this problem for the Liberian people, and you are not able to fix it. You're hoping that importers will fix the problem. and you do not have a plan in place to ensure that this does not happen again. You still intend to keep this ineffective subsidy program in place, which you don't have the money to finance. It's expensive to subsidize anything, particularly our staple. You're talking $250 million in rice we eat every freaking year. That's quite a lot of rice we eat. That's not a small amount of rice. How can you sustainably subsidize a $250 million market a year? It is not feasible. It is not sustainable. You do not have the financial capital. Your revenue envelope cannot sustain or fund this initiative sustainably and continuously. You cannot. Remove yourself from the rice market. Allow market forces to determine price. This is a quintessential basis of a free market enterprise, which we are supposed to be. But you want to meddle for political reasons, and you think it would benefit you. And that is why you have plunged 5 million people into a calamity that you and your incompetent selves cannot take us out of. This is the problem. You're thinking only politically. Who told you the people would have rioted had the price of rice gone up by $2? And they would have been able to find it. Alex M. Gray says, yesterday I bought a 25 kg bag of rice for $5,500. There you go, my friend. It used to be $3,000 or $2,500. Look at what it is now. Double the price. The price has doubled in some cases. Double. Allow the price to go up by $2 and we will find the rice to buy. But you said no. You want to be political because it would benefit you. And look at the crisis you've caused. That is what happens when people are only obsessed and fixated upon their own parochial interests. And they make narrow-minded decisions that plunge the country into crisis. When you elect nincompoops, when you elect jokers who cannot look beyond their nose, this is what you get. When you have a president who does not know A from bullfrog leading your country, this is what you get. And I hope the people will remember to pay you for what you put them in. Next year is coming. I hope the people will remember to pay you for what you have done to them. Do you know how many people are suffering? Most Liberians cannot afford to buy a bag of rice. They buy rice by cup. A cup of rice before this crisis used to be what? It used to hover somewhere around $40, $50, or $30, depending on the grade and type of rice. Today is well over 100 Liberian dollars. The price of a cup of rice has doubled. And those families, large families, who have to eat several cups of rice a day are now struggling. Now, if you have to spend too much of the little money you have just on rice, now what do you have left to buy soup kind to eat the rice? It means that people are buying less meat and fish to eat to make the soup. Therefore, you have an accompanying and attending nutritional crisis on your hands. Liberians already don't have a well-balanced nutritional diet. Our daily consumption is bereft of a balanced nutrition. We don't eat healthily because we cannot afford it. So now you have people who eat less meat and less fish because they spend much more of the full money on buying rice alone as opposed to buying meat and fish in order to have a decent meal, a fairly decent meal. That is the problem you have. Now that could bring accompanying problems. When you basically only put oil in a pot and some greens and with very little fish or meat, you have a problem too. Health problem. Now you start lacking in basic nutrition. basic proteins that you need in your daily diet, because families have to spend much more money buying rice now than they used to because of the crisis you have caused. Also, people will eat less now. If you used to eat 5 cups of rice in your household of what? Maybe 5 families, or 6 family members or 7 family members. Now you would be eating less rice. You will tell your children, many homes are now eating less than they used to eat. I know this because once upon a time when we were so poor, we faced this. Now the kids will eat less. And when the children eat less, they can barely think well, they can barely play well, and when they go to school, they can barely focus well because their bellies are half full. Yeah. So there are a number of accompanying social problems that you bring from doing this to the people. One silly mistake, one silly, selfish act can cause a serious problem for a whole nation of 5 million people. This is why you must be careful how you vote for people, because the people for whom you vote, who are bereft of the necessary competency and experience and education to lead, would cause you such problems. Oh, that book will eat? Yes, that book you will eat. If you want to be a paramount chief or a clan chief, you do not necessarily need to acquire degrees in economics and other relevant, skills in order to be able to lead. You only need to have wisdom. But when you want to serve in this system of government that we have, you must have education. You must have some expertise. You must have some experience. You must. You don't have it, and you think that anybody can lead. Anybody cannot lead. Not everybody was born to lead. Just because you're popular does not mean you're competent or you're qualified to hold public office. This is what you brought onto yourselves, fellow Liberians. And you need to brace yourselves, because this crisis will not go away anytime soon. And the thing about them that pisses me the hell off is that when they have caused a problem such as the one we are facing today, then they start telling you through their friends and then through, protest necessary, and nobody should encourage you to protest, and when you do the right thing, then you don't have to worry about people protesting. No, don't. Because people will not have any reason to protest when you do the right thing. But when you've caused us this problem, which we now face, instead of fixing the problem, again, you are worried about people protesting against you. Oh, yeah, that's what the government is afraid of now. Oh, people shouldn't protest. Oh, we beg y'all don't protest. That's not what you're afraid of. If you had common sense, if you have people with the right competency, we would not be in this mess. I told you, allow the rice price to go up by $2 so that it can be available. No! You say it would mess up your re-election effort. You are doomed. You are doomed. There is nothing you can do now that's going to turn your fortunes in 2023. You cannot win an election. It is over. There is absolutely no way George Weah will be re-elected. There is nothing you can do. You can even get free rice. You are not going to get re-elected. And we shall make sure of that. By every means necessary, democratic, we are going to make sure you do not get re-elected. So you are wasting your time. All day you're focusing on what you can do to try to appear. You are wasting your time. You're not going to win another election. Now, let's move on to something else here. The United States Ambassador at Large for Global Justice, Bet Van Schaak. Bet, Bethvanshaak. Bet Van Schaak. She must have a Dutch background, Dutch ancestry or something. She is supposed to be in Liberia. I believe she's already there, or she's supposed to be there. She is the U.S. Ambassador at Large for Global Justice. She's in Liberia in furtherance of efforts to establish a war crimes court for Liberia. Let me repeat what I just said. Ambassador Beth Van Schaak. She is Joe Biden's ambassador at large for global justice. This is the position Stephen Rapp once held under Obama. I recall very vividly, and some of you may recall, that he made a trip to Liberia. Stephen Rapp, when Stephen Rapp went to Liberia and was having these consultative engagements with a number of Liberians who support the effort to establish a war crimes court for Liberia, Jefferson Koji, the Pipipa Guji clown mayor, had a press conference at which he insulted Stephen Rapp, the Obama official. And he said that, Stephen Rapp, I recall. And he said that Musa Dean should arrest Stephen Rapp. That's what he said. Musa Dean should arrest Stephen Rapp because Stephen Rapp was in Liberia, talking about war crimes court. Yeah, I recall very vividly. Some of you may recall. So this lady is expected in Liberia in a few days. Ambassador Beth Van Schaak. She is the U.S. Ambassador at Large for Global Justice. Global Justice. And she is going to be talking about efforts to establish a war crimes court for Liberia. Yes, folks, it is going to happen. War criminals will go to court. They will be prosecuted. Our political system will be rid of these individuals. Yes, it is going to happen. It is going to happen. There is absolutely nothing they will do to stop it. Not even Joseph Boakai, when he becomes president, is going to stop it. He's not going to stop it. And Joe Boakai does not intend to stop it. But if he were made to reconsider his position on war crimes, trust me, the Americans will do it anyhow. They will force him to do it. And I will stand with the Americans to force him to do it, because we need to rid our country, our politics, our governance system of these individuals who created or who are responsible for gruesome atrocities committed against the Liberian people, who continue to rule our country. It is going to happen. So Ambassador Beth Van Schaak will be in Liberia in the coming days. When she is in country, we will provide you updates on her movements and on her activities in the country, because we support US-led efforts to establish a war crimes court on Liberia in order to bring to justice those individuals who bear the greatest responsibilities for the mayhem, fratricidal calamities that we saw in our country, and most of us experienced directly and indirectly. It is going to happen. No matter how long it takes, I assure you, a war crimes court on Liberia shall be established. It is going to happen. Now, I'd like to veer off to something else. Mr. Alex Cummins has published his list of his team Cummins, as he calls it. And I've seen a lot of reactions from a lot of quarters, including from the very quarter that I belong to, the Joseph Human Walker quarter. Many of them are complaining that many of the people on Alex Cummins' list are former UP supporters or UP members. Of course, this is politics. People will go where they think their interest is. It is their right to do so. It is their right. Do not be surprised. In politics, loyalty is negotiable. Loyalty is not consistent, it's not constant. Loyalty can shift when interests are realigned. When interest changes, loyalty shifts. So do not be surprised. And I believe to those of us in a Boakai camp, we have nothing to worry about. All the people who were with UP, who are now with Cummings, it is their right to be there. And you know Madame Salif is with Cummings. So what do you expect? Many of the Madame Salif people you see with Cummings, they are there because Madame Salif has sent them over. So leave them alone. Yes, my brother Solomon Fania, as my good, learned, esteemed friend Gafwan would like to say, would say often, alignment and realignment. Alignment and realignment will take place constantly. In fact, these are the necessary ingredients or necessary constant activities that take place in politics. Alignment and realignment. So let them go. You understand? But I said this to you, and I want a meeting. So don't badger, don't attack Alex Cummings or the fact that he has those people on his side. Our camp is very, very strong. I go to bed confident and wake up confident as we draw nearer to the 2023 general and presidential elections. That Joseph Yumabaga is the next president of Liberia. There is nothing changing that fact. Joseph Yumabaga is the next president of Liberia. If you go up, you come down, and we're going to be running the country, and we will fix the country. We will fix Liberia for the Liberian people, not for Bwakai's family, because Bwakai is not that type of person. He's not going to put his family in front of the people. He doesn't do it now. Why would he do it when he's president? For Joe Bwakai, it's all about legacy. That is all it is about for him. Legacy, legacy, legacy. That's it. Just this. He sent me a message. We were chatting just minutes before I started the show. Just minutes. I'm going to call him. I told him after the show today. He's upbeat. He's upbeat. He has a very clearly, let me tell you something. Unity Party had their convention, very peaceful democratic convention. They came out with a new leadership. At that convention, the party's agenda was adopted and approved. It will be communicated to the public soon. But for me, it is not about what was adopted at the party's convention. It is what the candidate for president stands for that I trust. I don't trust any dossier written on paper. I don't trust it. We've seen many platforms. That does not mean to say Unity Party does not mean what it has written. I have seen parties write platforms that they do not mean. But what gives me confidence in the not so distant future Bwakai presidency is the man himself, Joseph Yuma Bwakai. The individual, his characteristics, his integrity, tested, proven integrity, his deep love of country. It is what gives me confidence in Joe Bwakai. It is not some platform. Anybody can write and conjure up a voluminous platform that it does not even mean. I trust the man. I trust what he wants for the country. I trust his selflessness. I trust his compassion. I trust the simplicity of his ideas. Simplicity does not mean cheap or does not mean bad. Simple solutions to chronic problems we face. I trust the man. I trust his wealth of experience, his repository of knowledge, the equanimity of his nature, I got to break that one down for you. So I'm not bothered. Let Mr. Cummins do his thing. Leave Mr. Cummins alone. He has his right to participate, his right to have anybody join him. Do not be, no. We are good to go. We are strong in the Boakai camp. And we are taking Joe Boakai to the executive manager. God himself has ordained it. And there is absolutely nothing that can stop it. That is what I want to say to you. To my brother Victor Kaiser, today you celebrate your birthday. You're a good man, a good human being, a good friend, a good brother. I want to wish you happy birthday. Dr. Victor Kaiser. The boy get 2 PhD. Can you imagine? Why would I do that to myself? And he was behind me. You know, I finished my master's degree on the 16th of this month. Literally the 16th of the month. You don't even know how proud I am. But let me tell you something. I was prouder of myself when I obtained my bachelor's degree than I am proud and excited about my master's degree. It's simple. By the time I got the bachelor's degree, I sealed the lips of so many naysayers of mine. Oh, the boy is smart, but he does not have credentials. Can you say that now? You cannot. The boy is brilliant. Smart is an understatement. In fact, it is an insult to refer to me as smart because I'm beyond smart. I'm brilliant. The boy is cocky, right? He's confident, not cocky. So when I obtained my bachelor's degree, the kind of pride and profound sense of accomplishment that I felt, I was elated beyond measure, overwhelmed. That finally I had sealed the lips of my detractors and my naysayers, people who I know way more than, who would put their mouths on me because I didn't have a bachelor's degree. Look at Book Mel and me. I was born smart with certain unique gifts. Yes. And I spent years self-educating, and you look at me because I didn't have a piece of paper. All I did was to go to school to say, shut up. Yeah, now I stand credentialed. So on the 16th of this month, I'm finishing. And I will publish my grades. You will see so A's. The boss smart. In fact, one thing I noticed, I have better grace. I sound arrogant. That your business. I sound proud, confident that I have accomplished something. That is what I am. Call me arrogant, you. But I say this to you. So I finished my master's degree. I took 18 months, 5 credits per semester. I did 2 credits, 2 courses in the summer. I did 5 courses per semester, full load. After I do all this talking, all the work I do, all the other things I have to do, I sit and I do my schoolwork. The one time I turn my phone away from me, silent and face down, is when I'm studying or writing a paper. And I can say to you very proudly that on the 16th of this month, I will be submitting my final papers to earn my master's degree with flying colors. My GPA right now is 3.79. I've already completed 34 credit hours. The last 2 courses I'm on now. Modern technology in policing and criminological theory. My professor is a guy called Raymond Carr. He's an FBI veteran, 30-year veteran in the FBI. So, folks, there you have it. It may sound little to some people, but it is important to me. I have a master's degree. Yes. I am the first in my family that I know, the first in my family to hold a master's degree. That is monumental. It is great. And I'm proud of myself, of my accomplishment. Very, very proud. Folks, because we will not be able to take calls this morning because our folks in Liberia, the internet is very, very bad. We're going to have to end the show much sooner than we anticipated. And that's what we're going to do. Ayaka. Ayaka. So I want to say this to you before we go. You see the folks we had on yesterday to talk about their app, Minida. Minida. Let me spell it for you. Minida. That is the Minida app. And you can download it and you can start using it today. Download it either as a rider or download it as a driver. And you can download it, you can do it wherever you are. You can do it. You don't have to only be in Liberia. You can be anywhere in the world. This is an invention of Liberians. We support Liberian initiatives. We're helping them to take this, to blow this up, and it works very, very well. It's like Uber. You can be coming from somewhere and you need a taxi or you want to charter a car, and all you need to do is just order a ride. How do you set it up? You first, if you don't have Google Maps, you have to download Google Maps. If you already have it, then don't bother. If you have to turn your location on in your phone, turn your location on because it works with it. And once your location is on, and then you follow the simple steps, you can pay with mobile money or orange money, which is convenient for those of you in Liberia. Most of our people don't have bank cards, and so you can set it up that way. And just for a small, tiny fee on every transaction, you can order a ride, or you can order a ride for yourself, or you can order a ride for someone. So pen people and taxi drivers and keke riders or keke drivers can all get on the app as drivers and riders. And those of you who are passengers can download the app as riders. So there's the Minida rider app and there is a Minida driver app. So the rider, for those who are riders, you are the passengers. You download the rider app and put your information in. And those of you who are and don't think about there's no postal address system in Liberia. So how is the driver going to be able to locate me? Don't worry about that. The moment you have the app installed on your phone and you want to order a ride, a keke or a taxi cab, all you do is by the time you open the app, automatically, the app is built with an algorithm that's embedded within it to automatically generate. It automatically generates your location. It would generate the particular spot where you are. You can be under a plum tree with no recognizable what's the word? No recognizable, that's the word I want to use. Yeah, it will pick you up. It will pick you up wherever you are. The app will pick up your location and it will pick you up and it will transmit that location to whoever it is that's coming to pick you up. It will do that. You don't have to have a physical address. Landmark. Thank you, my friend Anthony Paiwe. That is the word I was looking for. Landmark. Wherever you are, it will pick you up easily where you are. So, for example, you can be standing under a big plum tree somewhere at Owens Grove in Grand Bassa. And there's no landmark. There's no recognizable or identifiable landmark. It doesn't matter. By the time you open your Minida app, it will pick you up instantly. It will transmit that location to the pimping rider or to the taxi driver or to the keke driver. It will pick you up. That's the way the app works. It was built that way. So download the Minida app. Minida. It is M-I-N. For those of you on the radio, for those of you watching, I think I've spelled it already. I've pinned it there. It's M as in Mary, I as in India, N as in Nigeria, A as in Apple, I as in India, D as in Delta, A as in Apple. So it's Minida, Minida, Minida. That is the name of the app. Download it as a rider if you're going to be a passenger. Download it as a driver. Now, you can even use Minida. Let's say you have your private vehicle and you have some time and you want to pick up people, drop people off and stuff like that. You can get on the Minida app. Say you have a few hours and you want to hustle, make some money, but you don't want to go do regular transport. You just get on the Minida and you register as a pickup. You can pick up and drop people. So people can literally order you and they can charter you and you can take them places and make some quick money. Minida, that's the name of the app. Minida, M-I-N-E-I-D-A. It works almost like Uber, but Uber, you have to put an address in. When you open your Uber app, Uber already knows where you are. So you don't have to put in your pickup address, but you have to put in your destination, where you are going, right? So in the case of Minida, it will not show, it will show a code. For example, it will say, it will show maybe three, I think it's a 3 or 4 letter and number. It's mixed. There's a code that it shows, which is your location. Yes, Benetta Brighter Benson. It can be used there, anywhere, wherever you are. So the way it's going to work, yes, Augustine Tamba is workable in Liberia. It's very applicable. It's built, customized for Liberia because you don't have a postal address system in place. So it was built with Liberia in mind. The builders of the app are Liberians. They understand the country, so they build the app that works in Liberia. Somebody's asking me, do you know Owens Grove? I know Owens Grove very, very well. I've actually passed through Owens Grove many times on my way to Grand Bassa. So yeah, Minida, download it. How much are they charging per ride? Louis Soir, they're charging the exact same thing taxi driver will charge you. For example, if you're leaving ELW Junction to go to Central Town, it's the same fare, the exact same fare. So the fares are listed already in the app. It's a program, and from time to time they'll update the fares. So it's not, they're not going to be charging you anything new. It's not new. It's just based on the fares that you already know, the transportation fares. Yeah, that's the way it works. And it's owned 100% by our own Liberian folks. And so let's promote it. The more of you who download it, the more people who will use it. And all we're doing is we're supporting the efforts, 100% free of charge. That's what we're doing. You see, on this show, we support a lot of efforts, entrepreneurial efforts, such as this one, humanitarian efforts, and absolutely free of charge. And God blesses us for that. Everything does not have to be for money. Yeah, God blesses us for that. We make money, yes, we do, but from some efforts we support it, and we take pride and joy in seeing and helping others grow. So let's together, all of us, let's do it together. We need you to download the app. There are thousands and thousands of you in Liberia and around the world who listen to it. The more people that get on the app, the more the app will be used, and it will create opportunity, it will create jobs. You see, when Uber started some years ago, in the beginning, it wasn't so smooth, but now people understand how these things work. So yeah, so you can download it. Even if you're in the United States, you can set it up. You can be in America and you can order a Minida ride for someone. Yeah. And I can see a lot of people getting on with their own private vehicles and they're doing a charter service. So you see, so the transaction is facilitates transaction between or transactions between the passenger and the driver or rider and the driver. So you pay your fares directly to the driver. You see that? And Minida makes a small fee from facilitating these transactions. You know, it's a brilliant thing, you know, especially where they customize it, built it for Liberia. It's good. And that is what, as I said, we're all about, supporting entrepreneurial, humanitarian, and other good causes. Yes, Nathan Blama, you can find it in the App Store. It's actually an app which makes it smart. You can go to your Google Play Store or your Apple Store. You can download it from right here, and you can start using Minida today. Yeah, that's it. You don't need to pay a fee to download it. You don't need to pay a fee to set it up. You only pay a fee when you order a ride for yourself or for someone. That's the way it works. Augustine Tama said my account was created last night. So you see, the more people who get on Minida and the more of you start using it, you will be able to create opportunities for other people and help other people grow. Like I said, that's all that I am about, helping to see other people grow. Oh, I take so much pride in it. I pray for a day in Liberia where our government will be like that. Government will help lead that charge for Liberians to help other Liberians grow. We need to do more of that, but I believe strongly that we need a leader that can lead that to make Liberians grow, to make Liberians do well. You know, look, I can be so happy when I see another Liberian prosper. You don't know how much joy it brings to me. It brings so much joy to me. So that's what we're about. And so if you consider yourself a good person, a well-meaning person, when you see other brothers doing stuff, you help them, you support them. You see why I support Winfrey Russell, you know, and all the other causes that I support. I travel all over this country, honoring invitations for so many people to support their events. I buy my own plane ticket, I pay for my own hotel, and these things are pretty expensive. The minimum I spend on each of these trips, especially these weekend trips, is about $800 to $1,000 if I travel alone. $800 USD to $1,000 on each of these trips. And then on top of that, when I have to contribute financially to what they do, it's well over $1,000. So yeah, it's well over $1,000 on each of these trips. But it's money well spent. You know, it's money well spent. I pay for my hotel, I buy my own plane ticket, and I make financial contributions. And because I'm Henry Costa, well, that doesn't mean I'm rich, but people expect me to do. So I can't give $200-300, right? I got to give minimum $500. So sometimes I have to pick and choose. Okay, I have two or three of these events to do now. Okay, that's $500 for each just on the donation. And when I make a pledge, either one can call in and say, hey, I'm a pledge here, because I don't want it to even remind me, because when I make a promise, I try to live up to it. It's good for your reputation. You can't make a pledge and you don't fulfill that pledge or redeem that pledge. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to support good causes. You know, we do as much as we can, because you see, God gives you a gift to share your presence with other people, to lend your support morally, financially with other people, to other people and other good causes. That is what we do. So, folks, we're gonna sign off pretty soon. I've got to go to the gym this morning. This is gonna be my third day going to the gym. I kid you not, my muscles are very sore. Librarian is just sour. My muscles are sore, especially right here. I feel it here more. Yeah, but I'm gonna go. So I do the cardio on the treadmill. Yesterday I lost, and there's something it's doing to me, right? And it's kind of strange. It's kind of weird, but it's good. It's really, really good. When you go to the gym, when you start going to the gym, at least in my case, this is my anecdotal experience. You start being conscious about what you eat and how much food you take in. That's what you do. So, for example, right? There's a Liberian guy in the gym. I don't know his name. If I see him today, I'm going to ask his name. He's been very nice to me. He told me about drinking coffee in the morning. Coffee helps. The caffeine boosts your energy level and stuff like that. And he said an apple and coffee. So that's why I drink coffee. I'm not a coffee guy. I like my Lipton tea with a lot of milk. And so I realized that now I have a sweet tooth, but I realized that I've been dialing back on the sugar because too much sugar is bad. And then when I pick up something, I'm very conscious now. I'm a conscious consumer, right? When I pick up something, I was like, okay. Yesterday I went out and there was some ice cream around, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna have some ice cream. Has too much calories in it, and I'm not gonna eat that. So yesterday morning I ate rice just once, but so today I'm buying a lot of veggies, cabbage, tomatoes, carrots, cucumbers, and watermelon. So every evening I'll make myself some vegetable salad, and rather than so some days I'm gonna go without rice completely, and I like that. And you know what? So this morning when I was trying to get ready to come do the show, I stood in front of the mirror, bare chested. I already have bulk, and so that's one thing I'm blessed with, right? I already have the physique. Imagine me a month and a half from now, a month from now, not even a month and a half, a month from now, you will see my bulging muscles, my triceps and my biceps. Oh yeah, when I raise my hand like that, you'll be like, that's Pedro coming. I have a bulky, wild chest. So imagine how I'm gonna look. My only concern is that I don't want my suits to not be able to fit me because I don't want to have to change all my suits. Those suits are pretty expensive. So I'm really, really excited. I'm excited about going to the gym. Well, all of you, and I need those of you who like mock me and be like, okay, yeah, you're not gonna Pedro, you listen, but guess what? After a while, you will eat your own words. One morning, a month from now, I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna wear a sleeveless top. And all I'm gonna be doing when I'm doing this show, I'll just be raising my arm. I mean, you can almost see my natural muscles bulging in this top. Look at this here. Do you not see it? do you not see it? Yeah, you can see that. The muscles want to bulge out of the sleeve. A month from now, when you see me, hey. And Joey, I say he wanted to find me. Yeah, I go into Monroe for him. He said, we'll go on Carey Street. Me, I want to carry the old Barrow Project ground and put government fire in him more. That way I want to carry him. These muscles, Don Pedro. Imagine when I'm walking like a giant. You know how I already walk. And those of you who have been in my physical presence, if you're not careful, you're going to be intimidated. Because I'm gifted with height as well, not just with brains, but with height, and in very commensurate proportion, in every dimension possible. We're very, very gifted. So, Stevie does it 2 days later. Exactly. 2 days later, Zizu, we are exuberant. We are motivated. And I like all the people and all the all the people who be saying all these things. You are encouraging me because as I'm in the gym, then I'm thinking about all the people who are saying, "Pedro, you listen." I said, "Okay, I'm doing it for you." I take the naysaying. And the words of discouragement, and I convert them into energy and encouragement. as I'm on the treadmill and doing the bench presses and the curves. Yeah, the six pack come. Oh yeah, the six pack coming pretty soon. You will see the six pack. Now I come to your house now, especially in Minnesota. You can support people with food. We're coming to Minnesota next month for a wedding. The sister is getting married. When I come to that wedding in Minnesota, you bring food, plenty of food. I say, I don't want to eat. I want to eat small. I ask you for grapes. I will ask you for grapes and watermelon and stuff. Minnesota, everywhere we go to feed us. You go to this place, they bring food. You go to that place, they bring food. So to all my Minnesota people, when we come to Minnesota next month for my sister's wedding, please do not bring me lots of food. Bring me some grapes and some apple, slices of apple and stuff like that. Because Pedro is watching his weight. Yeah, Pedro is watching his weight. I love it when we have this exchange. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. All right, folks. So we're about to sign up. I can't believe that I alone sat here and just talking all kind of thing. But I see my man Bwagai is back with me. Bwagai?
Yeah, of course.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Is it much better?
Yeah, we're still working up. Trying to try if it is good from my end and yours. You get me?
Good. Yeah, okay. All right. So let's see whether we can take some calls. Huh? Before we sign up. So just announce the numbers and let's see whether we can take some calls there before we sign off. So folks, go and download the Minida app. It's very good. If you are a passenger or a rider, download Minida Rider. If you are a keke rider or a keke driver or motorbike rider, pimping rider or a cabman, or you own your private vehicle, and from time to time you have a few hours to spare, you want to make some money, you can do charter, get on Minida and you can sign up for charter services. I can see a lot of my man named Mario with a car on Minida. Yeah, you know what I mean? Making some money. And then you can see a lot of men signing up, man. Oh, my man, if somebody got a few hours on their hand, you got your ride, you got AC in it, you're clean, and and you want to sign up and you want to do your 1-2-1-2, sign up. Yeah. But let's see whether we can take a few calls there, Bwagai, on the right issue. I saw a video last night, Bwagai, on Spoon TV. It was so disturbing, Bwagai. Did you see that video?
Which other video are you talking about?
Yesterday evening, there was a live video on Spoon TV, and my man, people were in long lines. They were fighting to get rice. Yeah, fighting, my man. Somebody called me last night, and the person, it's a very credible source, unimpeachable source, and the person has spotted 6 trucks, going into George Weah's compound, the 47 unit condominium compound. 6 trucks going into that compound loaded with rice. Loaded with rice. I'm telling you. Priscilla Abraham Cooper, you say you downloaded it, but it's not working. It comes on blank. I don't know why, but no, it shouldn't do that. Priscilla, did you do the following? Did you first turn on your location on your phone? Did you turn on your location? Number 2, did you download Google Maps or do you already have it? Those are 2 things you must do before you download the Minida app. Do those things and then download the Minida app. Bwagai, let's see what we can take. We can take some calls there. Bwagai, please announce the numbers. So yeah, so this person told me last night, and I know the person, and I know the person could not be lying. The person saw 6 huge trucks loaded with rice being driven into George Weah's compound. Bwagai. Did you see the video yesterday of the truck that was arrested with rice going out of town somewhere?
Yep, I saw a lot of trucks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, police arrested him.
So the government people are holding, HOARDRNG. They are holding the rice. That means they are removing the rice from, they are buying rice or getting rice from the rice importers and they're stacking it up somewhere. I mean, what does we need all our rice for? 6 truckloads of rice being driven, loaded into his compound. The spelling, Jah Glory, is Minaida. Minida. If you're looking for some help, go to YouTube. There's an instructional video there. It will instruct you on how to set up the app, but it's very easy. So, Bwana, the point is, why are they hoarding the rice? Why do they need to pile up all our rice? Your people need the rice and you're holding it and you're piling it in your compound?
Yeah, Costa, he want to give it to the people that he that close to him.
His people, yes. He's looking out for his people. But his people have enough stolen money. They can go into the supermarket because they still sell rice in the little packets, right?
Yeah.
They can buy that rice. But the average Liberian man cannot buy a little packet of Uncle Ben or Papa rice from the supermarket. No, the ordinary man cannot. In fact, do you know there's rice on Camp Johnson Road? The rice they bring from the US, but it's expensive.
Yeah,
it's $90.
They get 60, 90, 80, all depends on the bag.
But George, we have people can afford it. Yesterday, I asked a friend of mine to help find me a few bags of rice so I can take to my grandmother in the village. My old man Jopang, every month I send her a allowance, but I know rice will be a problem. So my friend is finding me. He's gonna get me 5 bags of rice today to send to my grandmother. I wish I could get more to give you guys some, but unfortunately, it's only 5 bags. Maybe I'll get you two bags and send the 3 to my grandmother and my people in the village.
Yeah. These will be okay. We got my own rice finished.
Okay, good. So I will give you guys 2 bags, and I will send three bags to my grandmother and to my family people in the village. But the point is, Bwakai, why are they stockpiling the rice? Removing the rice from the little pool of rice that the people should be trying to get access to and buy. And George, we are here, people can afford to buy they can afford to buy basmati. Basmati is expensive. The average man cannot afford to buy basmati. They can afford to buy jasmine rice, but they are removing the little rice from the market and piling it up. I mean, why would he do that? George Weah is piling rice up in his compound. Why? My people saw it, they called me and they told me that is what they are doing. Okay, let's go to the lines and let's take some calls there. We've got some 16 minutes to go. Let's take some calls.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Anywhere joining us from?
Good morning, Pedro. Good morning. My name is Noah Gibson, and I'm calling you from Mines in Princess High School campus, where I just got through with imparting knowledge into my students and getting ready to get home. Look, Pedro, the right situation in this country is very alarming. It's not something that anyone should joke with. It's a serious crisis. As I'm speaking to you, you hardly even see it. If you were to see it, you would pay like, in fact, people have begun buying it for 150 for cups around our areas. So when I heard you talking about the price of rice are double, it are not double, but it are quadruple. Because if you were buying it $50, as we speak, is now 150, it's quadruple, see it, or even triple. So I think for me, in my mind, I just think that this government is heartless. This president is very heartless. Now, in conclusion with the rights you're talking about, Yakakolba also said that 544 continual load of rice are in the executive mansion yard.
Yeah.
And when Yaka disclosed it is still on the security there for people not to go there and see the price in the continue. So when they knew that rice anyway going to be high, they took enough rice and stockpiled it, holding it in the night to the various government official houses. Okay. Well, we're coming for them very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Noah Zaro Gibson. 0770102 886-01038 355-102-102. The WhatsApp number is +231 888-62417 Let's take this person. Good morning.
Good morning, Paka. Let me say good morning to Aaron Costa. I'm Kev Hassan Peking, and I'm popularly known as Andrew Moses. And I joined the conversation this morning for the Free Point the Lecture Forum. You know, let me appreciate you guys for the discussions. And the epicenter of discussion right now in our country is the rest, so we will make our input on that quickly before we leave the land. You see, we are not happy to see our mothers, our fathers, sisters, and brothers who will go at night to sleep in the cold only because they want to get rice in the morning. We are not happy. We are not happy with that. So what? How is the government intending to solve this problem? The issue about saying people should not politicize the red business. Red is a political commodity by itself. So how can you be telling people to not politicize it when red is a political commodity? Okay. So the only thing, and you see what Marcus Scott did yesterday. You see, Marcus Scott had created serious damage in information dissemination. You have the Ministry of Commerce coming out with another statement, and then you have Marcus Scott coming out with one statement. So he has created serious damage in information dissemination.
Thank you so much for calling in. And like you said, Malcolm Scott, the public relations officer. The man lied on national radio yesterday that there was rice in the country. A ship have docked at a free port, and that is not true. And it's not true, Costa. Journalists went there yesterday, and when he pointed out a ship that had been to that port for almost 40 days. He's saying the ship came in yesterday, and they are offloading rice now at the port. He put in simple English. Waba that man was lying broad day yesterday, Costa. The Ministry of Commerce is saying one thing, then he, as the public relations officer of the National Port Authority, say another thing. So this morning, the question about the issue and asking if journalists can go there this morning to see the ship and see if the ship do have rice in it. He said no, it have to be done through a proper channel again.
Yeah, because there's no vessel there with rice.
No vessel, Costa. So good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning, Henry Pedro Costa, and good morning, Boaka. My name is Aliyo Matalan Keita. I'm calling from Princeville, elected district number 2. Yeah, thank you for taking point this morning. And my concern here is has to do with rest business. Costa rightly said that they are trying to adding to the popularity to making to offer their government officials. You know, they can afford to buy like the $80 rice and other things, but other people they cannot afford. So can you imagine? So my friend, he found rice, not found rice yesterday. You know that color is $150 color to give to the family. You know, this thing is very embarrassing. And the money they call it 6,000, 5,000 for one bag of rice, this small bag of rice. And one thing about it, what the people doing at the ugly rice, the people cannot like to buy. They're putting now on a Google bag to sell to people. When you buy some of the rice, it can be it can put any good soup on it. It cannot be even it can be bad it cannot be soup to eat it. That is no problem. The government they making mockery to the ordinary people. I think this government they are not there at the interest of the market. But okay, when thank you very much.
All right, now take.
Thank you very much. We're taking a few more calls there. As the brother said, Wakai, they're selling some of the rice they have in the market right now. It's not tasty. It's not good. You can cook the best palm butter or the best cassava leaves, man. For me, kidney beans, it will not taste good because the rice is bad. It's chaffy. It's not tasty. It's not good. Let's take some more calls, Wakai. We've got 10 more minutes to go.
Let's take Sika Chipo on this line. Good morning.
Yeah, BK, good morning. BK, good morning.
Welcome.
Good morning, leader.
Good morning, my dear brother.
Pastor to the Costa Show. From Banasville. You know, the issue of this rice, you know, this regime from the bossman all the way down, they are not truthful. The man tells you that Morovia lost at Miami. He comes back, he said, we are lost at Miami. He did not say Morovia. So, you know, when the leader operates on lie, all of his appointees will also imitate him. Look, if he has started ruling this country on a positive footing, his ministers and other guys would have followed, and then we would have gotten somewhere better back now. But let me say this. This thing looks like the pregnancy of a woman once she denies that I'm not pregnant. But the good thing about it is the pregnancy shouldn't be aborted. If it is not aborted, it must show out. You say rest is in a pot. What does it take a journalist to go there to verify what you have said? You say no, you hesitated because you are lying. Let me say this. Those of you who are like, who could to be convinced to say, oh, government say government rest in a pot. Wait for the rice. If you get it, don't buy it and keep it, because the procedure of ordering for rice, it will take close to 2-3 months. And it's not there. The process has not started. So you say there, wait. Thank you for a minute time.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Let's take some more calls, my guy.
Yeah, we still taking your calls. Let's take this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Bucket. Good morning, Costa. Good morning, the Laverne people. The one who say here, number one in the prayer, the information you get, you can call about that day, that John we are kept the correct. So continue to imagine. I said it yesterday. I said it on radio yesterday. This man will look for it. If you get Brahma a car to drive, who do hold responsible? You get a car to the Brahma and when motherfucker people, you responsible. We responsible. We are like, no, we are the brown man. The brother got no leader. The brother have no leader. What the hell you take 10 tires store and follow a back correct and get to your house? Get imagine at his birthday, the kind of beer they were drinking, the kind of food they were eating, the kind of rest they were eating. Then look at your favorite skin of hunger. He said it to a banda who take you out in Liberia. He said a banda that his birthday. Who shall get on the street and move up here. They got and carry you out of Liberia who died. Who can't pay school fees. Our children are not going to school. He not concerned. He can't go loud to all that. Say fucking for black or red. Last man, what else more? Still one there. If I don't say the same thing for what a fucking day. Here we are with Mafaka. Well, I may actually walk out to try and put it here in front of our.
Thank you so much, Pagomo. Let's take this person here. Good morning.
Good morning, Boaka. Good morning, the incoming Senator Honorable Petro. This is Jerry Dobley. I'm calling from Worcester, Mass. I would like to encourage the government. It is not forced. It is compulsory. They need to look for food for our people. This is why they say the king always change. As the opposition political party government in waiting, you have to prepare. These are all the factors. So they need to look for the food for our people. I listened to Prince Sherry yesterday, being in opposition, they running. They wanted to kill the president. They falling down. So now they provide the food. You know, some of our men in the US, they just giving wrong information to our people. They enjoying all the facilities in the people's country. But when they really will give wrong information to our people. So the Prince Sherry, the president, all that is finding food for our people. Because yesterday I tried following, they running, straight bring on opposition. So they need to look for the food for our people. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. Now take this person. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Dr. Baka.
Welcome.
Good morning. Am I live?
You are live. Your name is joining us from.
Okay, thank you very much. This is Deputy Goodman calling from the city.
Go ahead.
Baka, Kojorobo, person. Which one we want? We want person so that we'll be able to die slowly. My leader, Henry P. Costa, I'll send you a text message. I beg you, I want you to please check it out because pretty soon I will be leaving from here to go to the hospital.
Thank you so much. We take more calls 0770-102-102. Let's take this person. Good morning.
Good morning, Baka, and good morning to leader Henry Pedro Costa. This is DJ Lome calling from point 4. No, Costa, the thing that Marcus Scott did yesterday, if Liberia were like before, or what I'm not coming here, kind of the people in the street, that brother lie his possible image that is the shape I just saw at the Pope. And bro, I don't know how many million worth for 100 million worth of the bag of rice. And Marcus Scott went on a thing, and then our brother was there when we tried to push him. He started talking. I said after I didn't go check again over the whole 40 days. And the poor have been all blowing that shit. They said the bro, and they said the bro 30,000 tons of rice, and they always offloaded 25. The banana 20, the banana 20, the banana 10 that were there or 5 that were there because of the rain, they couldn't offload it. Every time they go, it will rain. But yesterday, that man had Julia just on the pretend that fool here. And you know the more disgusting part about Costa, they not no insult to those that can go buy the 1 or 2 cup of rice after hustle with Costa. That's the more bad part about it. Imagine you go hustle all day. If you got a family that's very nice, that maybe 10 or 15 person, you have to hustle to take your money to go buy 1 or 2 cup of rice. For someone else that can buy out there, and so we are talking about the cup of rice because of this sometimes. You know, they say, Papa, like last there, that last one in the bed with the hell. That thing you have to look for money to go buy a rest offer. So my company is lying to the Liberian people, but I think president we are one. You let life stand on how to take a coup. They went there, Malcolm got cut in the corner and telling them, yeah, they ship there, the CEO ship. This morning, Clara Jackson called you. If water they can go there, he said no, you can't take a port to the port. You see the kind of life people carry on in the country. But we're not saying another protest begin. It will start tonight. We're starting that protest tonight. But that
thank you so much, DJ Lome, for making your contribution. Let's take this person here. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much. This I've been cook and I joined the discussion from my rural community resident. Costa, the issue of the rest is very serious. Can you imagine one cup of rice now have gone to $130? And lastly, before I jump down, Costa, I beg you, when you enter this country, I beg you, my people want to see you. We want to see a person in Weaver community, Duvoro. I'm the youth chairman. I'm standing inviting my people want to see you.
Thank you so much.
We'll come. Don't worry. December when we come home, we'll come all over to visit. Thank you. Let's take some more call.
Good morning.
And we're going.
Eventually. These people, they are only lying to the Liberians because they're afraid. George Weah is afraid of protest. He don't want it for the international community to know, to see what is going on in the country. He doesn't want for him to, because this Nigerian protest, it will be bad for him. So all his supporters are doing everything to lie, and you know we are lying to you guys, so you stop repeating it. If you have to protest, this is the right reason for protest. It shouldn't be for the small lady thing and we get pencil when protest, so then people that take you serious. This is serious. They're packing all the rice, saving it for themselves, so when 4 months from now no food they will be eating and coming on live to be lying, continue lying to you guys. Y'all wake up, Liberians. Y'all go on our street and tell George Weah that, hey, we elected you, not you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now we'll take another person from this line here quickly. Good morning.
That'll be the last caller.
Good morning, brother. Kamara. Samuel Kamara calling for Loki Town. Cinema.
Go ahead, Samuel.
Yeah, Sonny going on here. We don't understand the red in the bar. Down by we know, setting everybody. What I get, I get, setting everybody. But the government school, the demanding of the buy uniform in the school, government school. The demanding of the buy $15 for uniform, then $2 for the size. I want to do it. Go to a Bellevue school, to Banditown, and Opa school. I want to do it all.
All right. Thank you so much. That's the last caller. Yeah.
The people already had to deal with the issue of rice. I mean, the issue of high tuition. And then now they have to deal with rice. It's so unfair to the Liberian people. High tuition and now rice. It's unfair. I feel so bad for my people. I feel so bad for them. And sadly, they don't have a true leader. What they have is a 56-year-old boy, a 56-year-old boy in the body of a man. It is sad. He cares only about himself. It is very sad. Folks, this is what we get. When the majority votes for a joker as your president, this is what you get. This is what we get. You have to seriously consider eating other things to make up for the rice. I remember back in the day, during the war years, we used to eat anything we could find. You can find plantain, eat it too. You can put a little bit of rice next to the cassava, boil the cassava. You can grate the cassava, you can swallow fufu, you can make domboy. You know my favorite? Yeah. Grated domboy. Grated domboy is my favorite domboy. Oh, I love grated domboy. So you can have that. You can eat, you can make gari yogurt. It's heavy. You can turn the gari into eba. You can eat it with regular soup. You don't have to eat it with egusi. We're not Nigerians. I love egusi, but I don't think I can eat it every day. Egusi and eba. You can have that as well. So you got to be innovative. Find all kinds of ways to make it, because the rice crisis is going to get worse and worse and worse before rice comes into the country. So relieve us of this crisis. It's going to get really. We're not there yet. We're not at the worst point of this crisis yet. It will get there. In the next 2 weeks, it will get worse. Congo man said worse. Here's why it's going to get worse. The little rice that is difficult to find is being depleted, is being eaten, and it is not being replaced. And so what's going to happen is in the next 2 weeks, when we will have run out of the rice we have now, there will be no more rice to buy. There will be no more rice. We're hoping that some vessel that is on the high seas will arrive in time to mitigate the situation. But then again, we're not certain as to when exactly that vessel arrives. And even if it arrives in the next 2 weeks, which we hope it will, we will still be in crisis, because the rice that we have in country now will certainly run out. And when it does, when water dry, I think I say when water dry, what is
Fee.
fee. It will not be easy. My people, this is what you get. They say in a democracy, the people get what they deserve. The government is a reflection of the people. You vote for bad people, you get bad results. You vote for good people, you get good results. It is my hope and prayer that the rice issue will be mitigated. But before then, I have come to terms with the reality that it will get rougher than it already is. Thank you so much. God bless you, and have yourselves a blessed day. Bye-bye.